The sixth race of the season finds us here at Bristol Motor Speedway for one of the biggest tests of NASCAR Racing 2 of any NASCAR game. Bristol Motor Speedway, how is it going to race? I think it's going to be decent. So we'll see. I think it's going to be good. Take a look at the standings. After 5 races, Ernie Irvan, 43-point lead over Dale Jarrett. There's Robert Yates engines still dominating. Terry Labonte for Hendrick Motorsports, Earnhardt for Richard Childress Racing, Ricky Rudd for Ricky Rudd Motorsports there, Mark Martin for Roush, Cal Petty for Savco, I think, Ward Burton for, what was that, Davis Racing, Axel Richardson with GP Laps Racing, and then Rusty Wallace with Penske. I can't believe I'm just glad I knew all those off the top of my head. And then also I'm going to throw up the standings page from the manual that came with the game and shows you how the actual Winston Cup point system works. I'll be throwing those up at the beginning of the races as well. And we have the schedule here. Bristol, North Wilkesboro, Martinsville, those 3 short tracks coming up. And then Talladega, Sears Point, Charlotte, Dover, Pocono. You can see, you can read, the usual stuff. This is the big test here, and during these next 5 races, actually, this is the big test because we've seen how the game handles all these other tracks for the most part. Now we're hitting up three specific kind of tracks. 3 variations of short tracks, and then super speedway, and then a road course. So we'll see what happens. And the tail of the tape, nothing big. We're still not confirmed on navigating lap traffic. We might find a way around that. And I think in the last video I had user fuel over in the NASCAR Racing 3 thing. That was like a placeholder that I put in there for a quick second, and that should be out of there now. If I remember, if Ricky remembers, he'll talk about it down there on the track. I don't think he'll have time this race though. Ricky, don't get dizzy down there. We know your history of getting dizzy in cockpit view, and you're just in a tornado here for the next 40 minutes, so just be careful down there. I messed up this segue, but do you have a copy?
10-4, I got you. My name's Adam. Thanks for checking out NASCAR Racing 2, Bristol Motor Speedway. I'm real excited, anxious, curious about this, but I don't know how well the replay will be able to pick it up. But check out the signs at the end of the straightaways and on the flag box. We have really sharp, relatively speaking, sharp-looking Winston Cup Series signage in the game now. I'm so excited. But I don't want to let that deter me from running the races, because it might take a hot minute to get all those into the game at all the tracks. So anyway, what we're going to do here is going to be 140 laps. I have no damage. We're going to be taking a Champions Provisional here. We're going to start at the back of the pack and just see what happens. I want to see how they race. And we have 140 laps. We'll have 2 pit stops, and we'll just see what happens. So let's go qualify. It's pretty meaningless endeavor here, qualifying, because again, we're going to be slowing up at the start-finish line so we don't get a good lap.
Get ready. Here comes the time lap.
Or hell, just go slow through the whole thing. Oh. from the testing I've done, I've run maybe, I don't know,
One more time around.
30, 40 laps in testing. And, which really isn't a lot. 15 seconds a lap or whatever. It's not a lot. 16 seconds. It's about 10 minutes of practice. So I think we're gonna have a good time here. Oh, a 16.837. That's gonna get Ricky Rudd starting on the back of the field.
Bring it on home.
And no suspense. Ernie Irvin's gonna be on the pole here.
Welcome to ESPN Speed World. Hello, everyone. I'm Jerry Punch.
And I'm Andre the Giant, ESPN Speed World and NASCAR. Thrilled you're here with us at the historic Bristol Motor Speedway in Bristol, Tennessee for the running of the Food City 500, the sixth stop on the Winston Cup Series schedule. Let's take a look at the starting grid. Ernie Irvin on the pole. I don't have the number. He's had a few poles this season. Dale Jarrett up there. Jeff Gordon, Mark Martin up there. Rounding out the top 10, Rusty, Dale, Earnhardt, T. Labonte, Sterling Marlin, Kyle Petty, and Bobby Labonte up there. Axel Richardson, P11. I don't know what he's done. I don't think he was that good in the ratings. Keep him talking about it. What else we have here? Bill Elliott, P14, so he's popping up there. Michael Waltrip. Where's Michael Waltrip? He's another one of our test, P13. He's another one of our test cars. So they're all having good starts. And Ricky Rudd starting on the back of the field. 35. We only have 35. We only have 35 entries here. John Smith, Steve Boobs, Janet Reno, and Bob Dole have failed to qualify. Doesn't matter how fast. I don't have to talk that fast here during the pace lap because I'm going to be fixing it. It might be like 30 seconds of still shot at the beginning until I can sync it up to what's going on here. Because after I start talking, I'm going to say pitter patter. Pitter patter. Let's get at her. 140 laps at Bristol Motor Speedway. It's all about survival and about Ricky Rudd not getting sick in the cockpit view. Ricky had to take the provisional start here. Starting at the back of the field. But folks, the difficulty's still strong. The pole speed was actually a 10th faster, or it was really close to Ricky Rudd's all-time best lap here, and that's the measuring stick we always use. Oh, Ricky, hang in there, buddy. Tell you what I've noticed, Ricky. When that spotter tells you car low or car high, you don't really have a car low or car high. They're kind of they err on the side of caution there. That's something we've noticed. And folks, I don't know how much we're going to be following the rest of the field here throughout this race. You know, we just love watching Ricky Rudd, and the best time to watch Ricky Rudd is on the straights. And by the time we look at the standings to see what happens, it's time to watch him enter turn 3. And it's just, you just don't have time to look at stuff. But the big thing for Ricky Rudd this race is working his way through the field, obviously, but also looking out for wrecks. There's been spin outs that can happen any lap at any time, anybody. So Ricky just has to be careful down there. with these cameras as well on NASCAR Racing 2, the angles are really tight to the action, and even exploring the replay angles a little bit in the pre-race production meeting, you can get kind of claustrophobic watching those replay angles. Oh, okay, anyway, we're going to get to the next straightaway and send it down to Ricky. See how he's feeling down there. He's picked up some spots for sure. Ricky, it's all yours.
All right, thanks, big guy. Everybody's behaving so far, and as I said at Darlington, you give me the environment, and you give me the rules of everything. I'll make it work. This is not your typical Bristol. I just heard an engine whine on pit road. I guess not. I don't know. Yep, Brett Bodine on pit road. The Junior Johnson 11 car. But, you know, everybody's behaving right now, but we're going to see if we run into what we ran into at Darlington, where the leaders had trouble with lappers. Or that's just how Darlington is. It's just a tight track, and they really don't have time to negotiate what's going on there. Bristol, it seems like it's it's actually wider than Darlington. And seems like there's a lot more give and take. So those fast lead cars may be able to swoop around lappers. I'm trying to get an idea on the best way to pass them, when it's safe, when it isn't. You know, their aggression rating, if they're just going to come down into that line anyway. Yeah, with no cautions here, I don't know. I mean, cars get slowed on the track or stop on the track. We're going to have a traffic jam on the LA freeway, and we'll go from there. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. So yeah, that you know, that tail of the tape, or that report card that we're showing at the outset of races now, it's kind of a moving target, because you know, should we really hold it against NR 2003 that they have some bad starts to the races? Because the whole reason they have bad starts to the races is because the collision model, the cars detect each other. And they'll, sometimes the slightest touch, they'll spin out, you know. And here, it seems like they're almost, how jittery the cars look sometimes, it's almost like they're hardwired to, hey, do not make contact with these other cars. I don't know. Tell you what, where are we at? P21, and I'm not going to say we've plateaued, but it's getting harder to pass some cars now. I don't have the jump off the straight or out of the turn to pass Jimmy Spencer here. I got to find a better way to do this. All right. We'll test that, see if getting on his rear quarter there spooks him. I got to remember to take a break. Running these laps. We're halfway to the first pit window. All right, I tried to test the left rear quarter theory. I'm going to get right on it. Nope, he's too quick coming out of there. Nope. Good job, Papyrus. 1996. They have a pretty decent Bristol on our hands. There is a night version that we haven't gone to any of the night. First night race is going to be Charlotte. Trying to think of anything else. Oh, I didn't get dinged on for the copyright at the Darlington race. If you watch the post race there, didn't get a copyright strike on my channel for that video, and just because, as I mentioned, the game or the bots or whatever that recognize music and claim copyrights, they cannot defeat Andre's voice. We should go all in just to test it and put Rolling Stones, I Can't Get No Satisfaction under there, like the actual song, not the MIDI, and see if Andre still messes with it, because we may have found a way to beat the algorithm, or the yeah, I'm guessing it's an algorithm. I don't know. All right, we passed Johnny Benson without much fanfare there. Tell you what, worst to first at Bristol Motor Speedway. I don't care what game you're on. It takes some skill. Not skill. I don't think I'm not the best at this, but it would be deserving of a win if we can get up there. Difficulty might be a little too easy. I don't know. I mean, we're still dealing with these second tier cars before we get to the big guns. Oh, I tell you what. The leaders have lapped 6 or 7 cars, and we really don't see the field bunched up in front of us, you know. So I'm thinking it's pretty much a telltale sign that we're not going to have that issue at Darlington. Might just be a unique thing, which again, we already have a tentative solution to that, which is chopping off 5 or 6 cars off the back of the field. And if that's what takes you away from this game, that you're like, man, you can't run 39 cars at Darlington, this is bull crap. Then I mean, just go do something else then. Who's in the lead right now? Kyle Petty. Good job, Kyle. Ernie Irvan, Jeff Gordon. I forgot to mention in the points, he's 300 points back of Ernie Irvan, but he's only in I think he's like P15 in the points. So we'll see what comes of that. Oh, it feels so good to have that Winston Cup sign. Man. That was the one little piece of immersion that I wanted into the game. Like, it kicks things up a notch just a little bit. From now on, you'll notice when it's not there, when it's NASCAR Racing season. Or NASCAR Racing Series. All right, we're coming up on the 0 hour, which is pit stops. We're going to see how pit stops are handled here. 2 pit roads. I'm pitting on the front stretch. And it seems like, again, the AI, they're told by the game, do not get into each other. And if you do, guess what? We're going to ghost you anyway. But as far as the player is concerned, they're shit out of luck. We saw with Bobby Labonte at... Oh, something behind me on lap 43. Thankfully, it doesn't look like it's bunching up the field at all. Oh, man. This is... I can't wait for the pit stop because I gotta look away from the screen here. We got 4. I think 50 to 55 was the window I put in. And I'm running P14 right now, 8 seconds back. We just gained 2 tenths there. Still a car ahead, that's probably whoever wrecked. I don't know, okay. Lap 49, they usually jump in a little bit early. There you go. I'm staying way up high. Hopefully someone's pitting here so we can kind of get an idea how to do this.
Watch your speed now. Watch your speed now.
That's very forgiving. I'll say that now. They give you some wiggle room to blow past your stall. We were 7.8 behind the leader. I'm not worried about where we're at position-wise. Just the interval. Just to see how well everything's handled here, that's all.
Okay, you're clear of pit lane. Go, 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 go. You've got a slow car ahead. Motor brake is now shut off.
I went silent there for a bit because I'm guessing I had my cockpit view. Yeah, I'm not going to be showing the replay. I was looking at the haulers in the infield, and they're like a solid color when they've usually had graphics on them. So I'm wondering if me putting that sign up messed up something else on the... It's just a domino effect sometimes. Things get messed up when you change something. But I'll take it. I'll take the block hauler in the infield.
You're now in the top 20.
Yeah, it seems like a couple things got messed up there. The helicopter, I think there's a helicopter there. That doesn't have textures on it. You'll see it in the next turns here, what I'm talking about. I think that's a helicopter there. Don't look at it. Look at the sign. Tell you what, were we not running with Axel Richardson before pit stops? Pretty sure we were. And I'm kind of laying low right here just to see how Axel Richardson handles the lapper. How long it takes him. Joe Nemechek's going to be a lapper as well. So I'm just laying low, seeing what he's doing. I'm 2 laps down right now, so the leader hasn't pitted yet. Derek Cope fighting back here. All right, you know, it takes Axel Richardson a few laps, and he figured out Joe Nemechek. Who the hell's in the lead right now? Ernie Irvin and Mark Martin. They better be pitting. Okay, Mark Martin's in pit on pit road. Dale Earnhardt coming off of pit road right now. I'm guessing he was in the top 10, so we're going to gain that spot. And I see Jeff Gordon. Or maybe just because Bristol was really busy that they didn't waste resources on texturing those things on the infield. I don't know. The leader's pinning now. What, we were 7.8 seconds. 7.8 seconds behind the leader before pit stops. Did I even mention that I spun out that I got into Rusty Wallace during practice? Pretty sure the cameras picked that up, but that was just a weird thing. Some car was coming up onto the track, and I didn't have enough time to slow down for him. All right, let's take a look at the interval now. Next time pass to start finish, we'll have a good little number here. 9.4. I mean, I didn't even gain any time that lap. So we lost some time. You know, we sandbagged a little to watch Axel Richardson, but we're at the halfway mark pretty much. And no game breaker, track breaker issues here. And I do want to test the spotter. I was talking about it earlier, the spotter callouts. Saying that there's a car up high, there's a car down low. There's some wiggle room. It's almost like if you hear it, you still have time to move up or down the track. You know, if he says car low, you don't really have a car low yet. So tentatively, we'll say NR2, NASCAR Racing 2 is passing the Bristol test. But then what we got, Martinsville's going to be big. Because it's going to be bad. The AI dives into the turns, and I can't do it. And it's the one frustrating track that I haven't been able to figure out racing-wise. So we might have a bad one there. And hell, if we win this, this will be the standard. This will be, we just have to start at the back of the pack at Bristol. Or we bump this difficulty way up. And just know that, yeah, for 5 or 6 laps, or first 15 laps, or however long it takes the leaders to catch up to the lappers, they're going to be super fast. But then once they get in traffic, they just run the same speed as everybody else, pretty much. So that's another moving target, something to keep in mind. I'll make a note. Well, this is fantastic. Probably no commercial this race. We just don't have time. Damn it, I forgot to set up the keyboard mapping thing to see if it works. That'll be on my list as well. If those who haven't watched the videos, I want to set something up that runs in the background that automatically cycles through the standings for us. Like every 5 minutes, a script will run that say, hey, press F2 and cycle through the standings. Kyle Petty and Terry Labonte battling right now, it looks like, up there. Looks like in the standings. They're not even on the screen right now. I have the max number of cars drawn, and you can see them, just blocks of pixels up there, but in the turns. And I think I wanted to run a race with the bad graphics, but I think I'm just going to make a standalone video showing that. because this is high stakes now. We're in this championship battle. It doesn't hurt the experience that much, but last thing I would want is someone to click on a NASCAR Racing 2 video and be like, "Oh, these graphics are horrible. I'm not even going to bother." When they might be saying it when they watch the high, the HD version of these ones here, but you know what I'm saying. Tell you what, just idly chit-chatting here, I'm not easily making path. Oh, Wally Dallenbach. That's Bristol, baby. All right, we passed Rusty Wallace somewhere. I wasn't paying attention. I'm just kind of locked in, hitting these marks. Did we have Ricky Craven? Yeah. All right. Man. Oh, we got a spin in front of us here. We could have kind of cheated the system and run onto the apron there, but we forgot to check what that other wreck was. None of the big names, I don't think. Repodine's out, and who knows? There's some lappers, and I don't know. What would be nice? And Ernie Irvin's doing the dirty work for us. He gets around Johnny Benson. Now we're running unencumbered right now. So I'm going to see how good this difficulty is with Ernie Irvin, one of the GOATs. I mean, he is the GOAT right now. He's the points leader. I'm definitely faster than him because I ran a 15.6 somewhere. So that's my new standard. So my standard coming into this was 15.9. Now I'm running a 15.6. So even though this difficulty's easy now, it's going to get bumped up for that next race for sure. This is... Bristol has exceeded my expectations. See, but I don't know. It's also a matter of being faster than them and catching them, sure. But then having the right spot of the track to get speed and pass them is a different story. Passing them cleanly as well. Yeah, Ernie. Tell you what, Bristol's actually be a good test of the spotter call-outs, because you can weave in and out of traffic, and it takes me 35 seconds to catch up to another car and test the call-out. So I'm guessing Jeff Burton was the one that spun out. He's missing some of his car. So right now, Jeff Gordon is 3.8 seconds ahead of us in the next spot that we can gain. Oh, yep. Sorry. No big wreck. Please, no big wreck. All right, good. He just Kenny Wallace washed up the track, and that was it.
You've got a slow car here.
Kenny Wallace was involved in the Wally Dallenbach wreck at Atlanta, and I was watching back that video, and I'm a mental mess sometimes during the races. I can't remember what's going on. I kept on mentioning that we had spun out Kenny Wallace, but that was Wally Dallenbach at Atlanta. But here we definitely took out Kenny Wallace.
We're running in fifth.
Where are we at? Lap 100. We got pit stops. Hang on. I want to go see the Kenny Wallace. Let's make sure it wasn't a racing deal. There he is. Incident. Boom. Right to it. I love it. Hard to tell right now. This might not be the best angle. That might be another racing deal. I like this angle after the blimp. This one, which is supposed to be, like right above the car. This is a good angle to test the wrecks. No, that really isn't, because we're losing the angle. This might be a good one. That's me. You can see that I came up the track a little bit there. Just a touch. I was down there and then I came up right there. That's probably on me. And then how well did they handle this? Hang on. We lost all the cars. There it is. All right, that was easy. We hurt Ernie Irvin. He wasn't, I don't know. But we're good. And then are the leaders in traffic here? Who's the leader? Kyle Petty, correct? Yeah, he's dominating right now. Okay. I just looked away from the screen. Everything's good. I ran a 15.5 somewhere. Okay. That's going to be a tough difficulty when we come back here. But what are we doing? We got 39 to go. We have pit stops coming up. We're 7 seconds behind Kyle Petty before pit stops. Let's remember that number. And we are off. I'm nervous on where Darrell Waltrip's pitting here. I haven't run the high side too much this race, so I'm kind of experimenting with that now. I mean, that's some good stuff. They don't get spooked. Is he below me right now? Do I have room? I don't know. But we pit on the front stretch. I got to go in this lap. Morgan Shepherd's going to be on the back, pitting on the back stretch. He's not going to be going in here.
You've got a car up high. Hold on, brake. Now turn on. Clear high. Watch your speed. Watch your speed now. Keep it on 4,000.
And I've mentioned it now, and it's going to come back and bite us, but I really have to test pit road. How far to the right can we be? Can we just have to be in the yellow? Can we be all the way into the wall and they still do it? I don't know.
Go, 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 go. Watch your speed now. Keep it on 4,000. Watch your speed now.
All right, so hopefully the leaders get bunched up. We can we maybe win this, but...
Okay, you're clear of pit lane. Go, 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 go. Hold on, brake is now shut off.
Oh, you know what I like?
Car down low.
Open track right now.
Car high. You're on the
That is going to... We're going to pick up some time on the track here. There's DW.
car low. Clear. You're now at the top.
Oh, this is great. Although I think we were
Got a slow car here.
going to have open track anyway after the Johnny Benson thing where we got held up with Ernie Irvin. After that, everything kind of got
The 7th car. Get the lap
there was a gap to that next group. So this was in the cards anyway. I mean, we only got 4 or 5 laps out of it, but that's everything. We have Dale Jarrett DJ up here. That's going to be for position. Oh, we got a wreck in front right here. Sterling Marlin. Did not bunch up the field. That would have been a black eye on our Bristol experience if there's something weird that happens. Sterling Marlin was not for position. I don't think. He might have been. Oh, don't go slow. Bill Elliott ended up a lap down somewhere. Leaders on pit road. Is that what he said? Yeah, Bill, he started pretty well. I wonder what happened to him. Jeff Gordon coming onto the track here. Messes things up a little bit to see if we can get around Earnhardt, who is not on the lead lap. Huh. I wonder what happened to some of the big names. Maybe they got held up by a wreck and got lapped. Check out Michael Waltrip running P2 right now. Sterling Marlin coming up here. Oh, I love Bill Elliott fighting me there. Bill Elliott's on a mission right now. Sterling Marlin holding up the show. Let's see if we can. I guess not. So Michael Waltrip, forget about that. He hadn't pitted yet. All right, so we're P2 now, but 10.6 back. I guarantee those laps of open track really helped us out. Even though we lost, 3 seconds on him. It helped us out against these other cars. Yeah, I would kill to see what happened to some of those big names that aren't contending for the win right now. Axel Richardson just popped up into P7. Didn't gain any time that lap. We're running steady with Kyle Petty right now. What did he say? Oh, look at Hut Strickland. We'll remember that. Got out of our way. Stavola Racing is that team. Getting down to it, 17 to go. And we have to survive the rest of the race now. We can't. Yeah, something happened. Ernie Irvin is up here a lap down. But barely. It's all relative. It's not like they lost 2 or 3 laps on some kind of pit bug that NR 2003 has where they'll stay on pit road for 2 laps. It just seems like they all got held up somewhere, some weirdness, because they're all up here in the top 15 or so. Kenny Wallace DNF'd after that. After that, after it took him out. So Axel Richardson, we just caught him out, P7. He's P10 now, but he's a lap down now. They avoid 3 wide at all costs when they're racing each other. Something to remember whenever we're with them. That's why I backed out of that situation. I'm not running the car too hard here. We're just surviving and getting these points. We still haven't led a lap this season. This is great, man. I mean, we survived a couple spins right in front of us. What was that? Sterling Marlin and Johnny Benson. We learned a lesson with the Kenny Wallace thing. Oh. It'd be nice to see Kyle Petty get a win. But who knows? He could spin out here. Tell you what we haven't seen are blow-ups recently. We've just seen a lot of accidents. Or spin-outs and hitting the wall. We haven't seen cars blowing up and heading down pit road. I mean, we haven't seen it in one race because I think it happened to Bobby Labonte in Atlanta. Let's not overthink that. Where am I at here? 5 to go, and I'm down to 5.8 to Kyle Petty. Kenny Petty. But we won't have time. We're just gonna take her easy. We've learned a lot of things about Bristol. Unfortunately, this difficulty is going to be up about 2 or 3 percentage points next time we're here. And yeah, it definitely seemed a little easy once we got the car under us. But I'll take a P2. Super slow, Ricky Craven. Let's go to the outside. Let's run the outside here. Oh, he comes up. I love that. I would love to race side by side with one of the top 10 cars here and test it. Like speed. Whew. Okay.
All right, there's the flag. It's all over. That's okay. Good job. We'll get them next time.
Cal Petty's already probably ducked down on the pit road. Mark Martin, we didn't even talk about him in this race, I don't think. Let's go say hi to Kyle. Hey, Kyle. Missed him. Okay, yeah, there's the Polygon hauler in the infield, which the Winston Cup sign messed up, I'm guessing. But that's next level investigation there. There you have it. We're going to get a win. I keep on saying it every time we get to this cutscene, but we'll get that win. It's coming. And here we go. Cal Petty got that win, led the most laps. I think 111, something ridiculous. We got the top 5 finish here. Only had 5 cars on the lead lap. And as I was talking about during the race, whatever happened to these other big cars, the usual top 10 big guns that we talk about, it's not like they dropped 2 or 3 laps down, just whatever. It's Bristol, man. I mean, 5 cars at the end of the race on the lead lap, that's normal, at least back in the day. Bill Elliott, Axel Richardson, Ward Burton, Michael Waltrip. These are all the cars that I did improve Axel Richardson somewhere. And then after those top 14 cars, really, there's a gap down to the rest of the field. That's just how we're doing it. We probably can make that tighter somewhat. I mean, I would just love for Michael Waltrip to be leading a race here and have it just feel organic. And there's probably a way to somehow do that. I don't know. And then over on the right, nothing crazy. Kenny Wallace, it's showing a suspension issue. Definitely our fault wrecking him there. And Brett Bodine, we chronicled DNF'd early on in the race. We didn't even bother to check, and I don't think we even bothered to check who wrecked. Was that Jeff Burton that wrecked that we never even went back and saw? It's just a busy race. Bristol's so busy. But hopefully, moving forward here, I'm going to have the keyboard. I'm going to test the keyboard thing, see if it works for next race. I'm going to have a MIP video somewhere, somehow, soon. And we're going to bump up Bill Elliott a little bit more now. And because he was the most popular driver in the 90s. Why would we have him stuck back in the bottom, whatever. And I'm doing something controversial here. I'm going to, for Axel Richardson, Michael Waltrip, and Ward Burton, and we'll try to, I don't know, I'll come up with a couple of other cars throughout the field, just so they're not all near the front. But I'm bumping the maximum of the skills level is 900. It goes from 0 to 900. So I'm putting like 4 or 5 cars aggression up to 900. So we'll see if there's a marked difference between how they drive versus the rest of the field. Then we know what aggression does. And I think what it's going to do is, I don't know. I don't know what it's going to do. That's why we're doing it. We're going to see what's going on. But hey, thanks for watching. Thanks for all the views, comments, likes. Got some new subscribers. Hope you're enjoying the trip down memory lane here for NASCAR Racing 2. And and I threw Furby up on the cockpit this race. There's probably some other stuff I'm forgetting that I'll remember for the next race, which is going to be North Wilkesboro, then Martinsville, Talladega, Sears Point. I love it. All right, thanks for watching.